Welcome back, everyone. It is Sunday, November 30th in the NBA. My favorite plays are on the way, including a long shot parlay. We'll dive into that in just one moment. Is the final day of November. Let's end the month strong, just like we kind of did yesterday. We had ourselves a pretty good day cashing our under in threes. Long shot, you love to see it. Unfortunately, one of the legs voided, so a little bit less than the plus 1500, but we certainly will take that. Hopefully, you tailed that under in threes parlay. Overall, it was a barely profitable day. That was a very small unit play, 0.13 units to be exact. We only lost one prop. It was Jamal Murray's under in points. He ended with 24 on the hook. Our other two plays, Gafford and Demeen, I think that's how you pronounce his name, both voided. They both got rested. So it's like we had one prop and one parlay. Happy to walk away profitable. Let's keep the line moving today on a Sunday slate of action. Now, last Sunday, I had a full slate of unders. Today's card is not the same. It's a little bit different, but a lot of value plays. Let's dive into it. And let's just kick things off with our under in threes parlay. I mean, if we cashed yesterday, we got to run it back. Here's what I'm rolling with today. It is 4 legs, plus 1,081 odds on DraftKings. I threw a little bit of a boost on it. Again, only playing this for 0.13 units, so not going too crazy. Why 0.13? 13 is my lucky number. And heck, it worked yesterday. I'll keep putting my lucky number on there if it continues to pay. Lou Dort, under 1.5 threes. Jaren Jackson Jr. under 2.5, and then 2 Spurs, Julian Champagnie and Devin Vassell, both under 2.5 threes. You needed to do an SGP to get that boost, so I'll take a shot there. Plus 1,000 odds, a little bit better than that. 0.13 units to win what back? Like 1.25, something like that. Let's see if we can smack that bad boy. One of those plays is an official one in just a few moments. But as I said, today is the final day for our Dub Club exclusive offer. If you want to join, you can get it. Buy 1 month, get one free. We're only running this offer for the rest of today. Again, now's the time to join. Link is in the description. You get some exclusive picks, parlays, research tools, you name it. Again, only available for today. So again, take advantage. $15 for 2 months. Normally it's $15 for 1 month. I'm just saying, December is going to be a big month for those Dub Club exclusive plays. And it starts cashing today's one as actually my best pick of the day is a Dub Club exclusive play. It is a 1.5 unit player prop and a quarter unit plus 950. There you go. If you want it, you can join. Buy 1 month, get one free. Take advantage of that promo down below. I promised you in December and even January, we're going to make you plenty of money. It'll pay back for itself. You can just ask the people that have been in there. I'm just saying. Either way, yeah, that's my favorite pick of the day. But let's dive into some other picks in this video. And we'll begin with actually a little bit of a ladder for a rookie. Let's talk all about Ace Bailey. I took his 15 plus points at plus 220 and his 20 plus at plus 750. Now, I'm not playing these for 1.5 units, but I will play the 15 plus at plus 220 for a half unit and the 20 plus for a quarter unit. Both of these on FanDuel. Now, Ace Bailey obviously is a what number overall pick was he? 3, 4, 5, something like that for the Utah Jazz. And he is actually in an early start today against the Rockets. So hopefully you see this in time. That game starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But Ace Bailey's obviously had an up and down start to his season. It does help that he's been thrown into the starting lineup, and he's been decent as of late. You look at his last 8 games, he's averaging about 14 points per game. He scored 15 or more in 4 of 8, so pretty solid, and 20 plus in 3 of 8. Now, the real reason I'm taking this is I think this is a great spot for him to be aggressive. Not necessarily because it's a great matchup, but I do think it's a spot where he will get the volume, and that's all we're looking for. These two teams matched up in the preseason. Ace Bailey scored 25 points in that game. Worth noting, Markkanen did not play, but I expect the Rockets, a pretty good defensive team, to have probably Amen Thompson on Keontae George and probably Jabari Smith Jr. on Lauri Markkanen. So again, if there's going to be a method and a spot for someone else to attack, it could be a guy like Ace Bailey, but like I did score 25 against them in the preseason. But one of the main reasons I'm on Ace Bailey today is this is just kind of one of those spots he has circled on his calendar. Because why? He's facing Kevin Durant, who does make his return from that personal family matter. Hopefully everything's good for it with his family. But Kevin Durant was actually his idol. He's talked about this before, and even talked with us before the preseason game. Just kind of matched up against Kevin Durant, something that he's dreamt of. It's just a guy that he modeled his game after. And so again, when you see these young guys come to the league, facing off against a veteran that they've watched their whole career, a guy that they have just modeled and their favorite player of all time, you kind of want to take a shot at taking their value, their props. I don't really want to take his 11.5 points. I'd rather go for the value here. I think if he scores 11, scores 12 points, he probably has a good chance of getting to 15 because that means his shot is fallen at home. I don't mind taking a chance here. Also, there's a chance Keontae George doesn't even play. I'm not too worried about either. Obviously, I would love if he did not play. I expect him to be out there. And I think Ace Bailey, get some good volume. Let's see if he can knock down some shots against his idol. I think he has a good chance. Also, Kevin Durant was chirping him in the preseason. It was interesting. But either way, Ace Bailey, we're fans of you. My next play is going to be the one that we included in the parlay. It's actually a 2-leg parlay. It is a De'Aaron Fox 20+ points and Devin Vassell under 2.5 threes at plus 152 on FanDuel, a half unit play here. Obviously, Vassell is in our long shot, little under in threes parlay. And I'll talk about why I like that one a ton, as well as you could kind of apply that to Julian Champagnie. I'm playing this for just a half unit, plus 152. Now, let's talk about this matchup as the Spurs are on the road taking on the Timberwolves. Now, the Timberwolves, if you watch them play defense this season, their defense, and over the past few seasons, it is we want to not give up three-pointers. That is their goal. Not to give up threes unless it is to the number one guy on the opposing team, and they're making pull-up jump shots over Jaden McDaniels or Anthony Edwards. And so as a result, I don't think Devin Vassell, who does get a lot of his threes via spot-up opportunities, is going to have a lot of open here. I mean, I know Devin Vassell's cooking. He made 7 threes in his last game, 3+ threes in 4 straight. I think this is a good sell high spot. Like I said, this is a Timberwolves team ranks first defensively versus spot up shooters, and they allow the 6th fewest 3-point attempts. Like I said, Vassell has been cooking, and he has made 3 in 2 consecutive versus Minnesota, but it's not like he's had a ton of volume. 7 and 5 3-point attempts in his last 2 versus Minnesota. So again, not a lot of volume for Vassell. And if he makes 3 on 5 or 6, 7 shots, then fine, you just tip the camp. But I don't think you see them being very open. He likely actually draws Anthony Edwards on him. Obviously, Ant-Man, a very good defender, and he might honestly have to guard Ant-Man as well. And why do I like Fox is, well, he did ruin us in our last game, but he has historically dominated this team. As I said, this is a team in the Timberwolves ranked 29th versus the opposing pick-and-roll ball handler. We just saw Jaylen Brown score 41 on them yesterday. Again, Rudy Gobert, when he matches up against De'Aaron Fox, they guard each other. Fox has really taken advantage of it. Last 10 matchups versus Rudy Gobert, Fox is averaging 30 a game. He scored a career high 60 in one of those games. He scored 20+ in 9 of 10. Again, I think this is a big Fox game. I'd consider laddering his points up to 30+, but I'll take the 20+ parlayed with Vassell under in threes. I like it at plus 152. I think that baby smacking. Hopefully, smacking. Obviously, I talked about the corner and threes, stuff like that. I do like fading Champagnie. Not my favorite guy for Champagnie because the Timberwolves, if they do leave anyone open, it is actually the corner left. They actually are giving up the highest 3-point percentage on a corner, left-hand corner threes, and that's where Champagnie shoots a ton. So he can maybe knock down some, but again, I don't see a lot of volume coming there. My final play in the video before we get into an underdog fantasy slip is Jaylen Williams, J-Dub, 20+ points, plus 190 on FanDuel. Again, a lot of plus money in today's video. Just another half-unit play. Not going too crazy here on J-Dub in his second game back, but him and the Thunder are on the road taking on the Blazers. This is their 3rd time playing each other in the past month, but I think J-Dub has a great opportunity here to score 20 points. Now, in his first game back, he didn't have a great game, scored, I think, 11 points, 3 for 12 shooting, did have 8 assists on 15 potential assists. Now, what you saw from the Phoenix Suns in that game was if you tried to drive on them, they really converged on you and made someone else knock down a shot. However, I think this is a different matchup against the Portland Trailblazers. The Trailblazers' identity has been, we're going to stay home on the shooters, and we're going to force your number one guys to beat us because we trust our defenders like Toumani Camara. Now, that hasn't necessarily yielded a ton of success this season against SGA, who has scored 35 and 37 against them. But in years past, I would expect them to continue to this defense. Like I said, top 10 in catch and shoot defense, 7th in spot up defense. So again, a guy in J-Dub who did have 15 potential assists, 12 field goal attempts in his first game back, 29 minutes. The volume was there. I mean, obviously would like more than 12 shots, but J-Dub has played well against Portland. 19 or more points in 7 straight games, 20 or more in 6 of 7. 2 of those games, he didn't even play 30 minutes. He played 19 and 26 minutes. So again, if you're concerned about a minutes restriction, he played 30 in his last game, and he's hit this over without even playing 30 minutes against this team. Last time he saw the Portland Trailblazers last 19 shots in both of those 2 games. That was without Chet. Obviously, Chet is involved here, but they have a little bit better spacing with no more Hartenstein. He's out for, I believe, 2 weeks. And so I really think you're going to see a guy like J-Dub get some volume here. I like his matchup. If he knocks down some shots, cool. But this is a great spot to attack the mid-range. That is where we know J-Dub makes his living, is in that mid-range. I think he could score 20 points today. So at plus 190, we know probably in a game or two, that this line will not be available. So I do like taking a chance here, trying to be a game early with J-Dub getting going here. I love his plus 190, 20 plus points. I'd rather take that at a half unit than put a full unit on a 16.5 line. No, just not worth it. For him to make another 3 or score another 3 points, happily would rather go up to plus 190 than a 16.5. Then finally, let's wrap the video with an Underdog fantasy slip. As a reminder, you guys know we love Underdog. They're one of the best daily fantasy apps out there, one of my longtime sponsors. If you haven't signed up, you should use my code COS. All you got to do is play $5, and they'll give you $100 in bonus funds. I mean, that's a ludicrous offer. I don't know how much longer they're going to keep running that, because that doesn't feel like a profitable way to do things. But I'm just here to help you guys out. So use code COS. If it's in your state, you should take advantage of it. Like I said, if your state's in yellow, go sign up. Here's my Underdog slip. You could tail my long shot, unders and threes on their platform. Even if the lines do move, you can still tail them because they allow you to take some alternate lines. So again, all of these lines are in the regular one. The only one that isn't is Lou Dort. I switched him out for Cat. I was actually going to take Cat, but they moved his line on me on DraftKings. I was going to take his less than 2.5. Don't love it as much at 1.5. So again, if maybe you're on FanDuel and want to take the 2.5 there, I like him as if you want to add a fifth leg, 5.71 extra money if you seek. Again, thank you for tuning in. It is Sunday, so I know a lot of people are not going to be tapped into the NBA videos, which sometimes means some good things. So again, not an all unders video, but some good value, which we've had some success on some good value plays, not just the regular overs, but the plus 200s kind of stuff. See if Ace Bailey, Jaylen Williams, and company can get the job done today. Again, if you want to check out some NFL videos, those are on the screen somewhere over there. Go check them out. Also, like I said, final day, we're running that buy 1 month, get one free of the Dub Club. I think you should join. $15 for 2 months. I'll promise you'll get all my hard work and you get all the plays in these videos early, which obviously they oftentimes do change. So it's not like you just get the exclusive picks, you get a bunch of other things, including these videos, all the plays early. I think it's worth it. Join if you want. Link is down below. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you guys back on Monday with some more action in December. See you guys then. Peace.